Chuki B.
What is up, guys? Cars Across Texas here, and we have drug out the Z06 to one of the OG Houston photo spots. This little cul-de-sac has just such a nice view of downtown behind me, and we're gonna do something a little bit different for the channel today. I'm gonna be telling you why the C6 Z06 is the best performance bargain for under $40,000. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. Now, would this be a proper C6 Z06 review if I didn't address the glorious LS7 under the hood first? No, I don't think it'd do it any justice. That motor is just so good, man. 505 horsepower to the crank from the factory is no joke in a modified car. Now, in a stock car that weighs just about 3,000 pounds, this thing moves, man. And the low end torque that this motor makes is just absolutely insane. And then in specifically like the 2009, I believe, and up, you get the same oil delivery system as the ZR1 and all sorts of other stuff. And once you get the issues sorted out, there's a few issues with the motor from the factory, but once you get them sorted out, this motor is pretty much bulletproof. The previous owner on this car actually had the heads and everything done for me before I picked up the car, so that was really nice. But even then, you can pick up a car without the heads already done for 30 grand, $3,000. You're walking away with a 500 plus horsepower car for $33,000 after the heads are done, man. Now that is what I call a deal right there. And plus, on my road trip coming back, I got 30 miles a gallon with this big old 7-liter V8. Now the thing with this motor, if you do want to go for boost, it's not the best motor unless you sleeve it out and everything. But this LS7 is capable of making, I've seen 680 horsepower to the wheels naturally aspirated with no spray coming from this motor. And that's pretty impressive, man. But it's people of all ages that look at this car. Men and women, just everybody, breaking necks everywhere I go. I get thumbs up from little kids, some women, old guys, everything in between. I probably should have watched it for this video from talking about the looks, but oh well. It gets driven and it's a blast, man. Now the next thing is more specifically for the 2008 to 2013 Z06s. The T56 transmission is fantastic, dude. It is so smooth, and before I got this car, I was pretty unfamiliar with manual transmission still. I pretty much taught myself on this car, aside from a few little practice sessions in a Mustang, which, let me tell you, very different. But in traffic, this transmission it's not just painfully annoying. It like handles really well at low speeds, then it's really quick to shift, and the throw is pretty short. Give you a little demonstration of that. But I mean, it's just a super smooth transmission and everything. Super, super nice and easy to use. Very beginner friendly, I guess you could say. So, thumbs up, Chevy. This T56 is just a thing of beauty, man. And now that LS7 under there is helped with a little bit of speed because this car is just so stupid light, man. It's crazy. The regular C6 has an actual full steel body and everything. This is aluminum. So this car, 3,130 pounds. And with that LS7 in there, just that beautiful 7-liter V8, it looks pretty, sounds pretty, handles pretty, and performs pretty, all that good stuff. This car is capable of like a 7-minute and 40-second lap timer on the Nürburgring, which 13 years ago, or I guess now mine would be 9 years ago, but anyways, 9 years ago, that was nutty. Today, that's still pretty nutty, man, for a car that costs $65,000, $70,000 brand new, and I got it for under $40,000. It's just no joke, man. The performance that you get for 40 grand for this car is just unparalleled by anything else out there. And I mean, sure, now that it's 2019, you can get like a 2019 Mustang with the 10-speed cheater transmission and be pretty quick, but you don't look, you're not driving a Corvette, man. You're not driving a Corvette. It's just something different, and just a perfect car, man. Next up on the list of things to talk about is gonna be this hatchback back here, man. And this car actually makes a pretty decent daily. Sorry, I got all my random stuff back there, sunshade, camera gear, whatnot. But this has a ton of storage space for, I mean, me. This is a really good, like, practical car, honestly, if you don't have, like, kids. I mean, if it's just you and one other person, you can fit a ton of luggage back here. You can set 2 sets of golf clubs back here and everything. It's just a very practical sort of car, much more practical than I was really expecting when I picked up the car. And it really kind of blew me away because I had all this luggage, camera stuff, clothes, and everything for my 5-day road trip getting this car, and fit everything perfectly with room to spare. We also fit my friend Mason in the trunk, and he is 6'1" or 2" and just maybe a little smaller than me, I don't know, but he fit in this it's a trunk, man. So if you're feeling a little bold, you can get 3 people in the vet. And as we add on to the daily drivability of this car, like I said earlier, I was getting like 30 miles a gallon on the highway for this car on my way back from Oregon. It's rated at 28 highway, but I was getting better, man, not gonna lie. And when you're just cruising like that, you get 500 gallons or 500 miles a tank. And that in a 505 horsepower car with a 7-liter V8 is very impressive. And just to give you an idea, to put it in some context, how much of a crazy performance monster this car is for under $40,000. Top Gear tested it at their track, and it was faster than the Ferrari F430, the Lamborghini Murcielago, both cars well over $200,000 new, the Murcielago creeping back up to like $300,000. And then it's also faster than the Pagani Zonda, which were being produced around the same time as this, which is $1 million car, by the way. And it's getting beat by this, which can be had for under $40,000, dude. An American V8 is beating a V12 powered Italian sports car at Top Gear for like a 20th plus of the price. And for the 5th thing, I'm gonna leave it at 5 things for now because this is really just my first impressions on the car. I drove it 4,000 miles-ish so far already in like 3 weeks. I know it's crazy, but I did drive it halfway across the country, so I feel like I'm qualified to give it some first impressions, being that I drove it on every type of road imaginable. But one of the last things that really stuck out for this car for me, for a car that's under $40,000, is I'm not gonna be losing a lot of money on this car. The depreciation curve has already hit this car, and because it is a 7-liter naturally aspirated V8 with a manual transmission and one of the most popular Corvette bodies ever made, the C6, still one of the most like widely acclaimed body styles that Chevy's ever made, this car is not going to get much further below $40,000. I got just an absolutely insane deal on this car. And so even if I like sold it like tomorrow, I'd make money off this car right now. But the value is just unmatched, and it's not going to drop at all. So it is a safe car to buy if you're on a budget and can't afford to take a hit. But with like a new Mustang, I mean, you pay $40,000, and then a year later after you drive it enough, it's worth 25. Next year it's worth 20, and so on. But this car, I can drive it all I want. 100,000 miles Z06s still sell for right around $28,000 to $30,000. So if you don't mind the mileage, you can get one for under $30,000. But I wouldn't do that. So that was a quick overview of what I just personally enjoy a lot about the C6 Corvette. Some other things, it's a super comfortable cruiser. The seats are perfect for me, at least. So that's another plus there. But that's my first impressions on the car. I drove it halfway across the country, so I feel like I'm certified to give my first impressions on it. So this performance, just absolute beast, 500 horsepower car from the factory, can be had for under $40,000, and it is by far the best, or at least one of the best, if not the best, performance bargain out there. And the only other car I can really see competing with this is like a 996 Porsche Turbo, which has less power and doesn't sound as good. So where's the fun in that? Oh, by the way, let's put a sound clip of this car in here because it sounds incredible. It's time for me to get out of here after that little rolling burnout for y'all. Getting some funny stares from a homeless guy. But hopefully you enjoyed this little review of the C6 Z06, and look forward to do some more of these in the future, guys. Leave a like, comment below what car you think rivals this in the $40,000 price range, and I'll see you in the next video.